So yeah, obviously before I crack on with my live on this one, get subscribing. Majority of you watching are just watching and not subscribing. So please subscribe, smash the like. Get see your thoughts in the comments section as well. So yeah, things need to change at Tottenham. We all know that it's been absolute chaos at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. It's honestly you, you couldn't write it, could not write it. What's going on in this current situation right now? It's ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. Um, so yeah, got a few things that I want to discuss and let out because let's face it, I've had enough. I have had enough of the way things have been run at Tottenham. The January sales are now open, and yeah, we're slowly shipping players out. But are we going to get anyone in? Because let's face it, like I said, and I'll say again, our squad depth is absolutely atrocious, trash. You know, with Thomas Frank, what's the situation there? Because the fans are getting on his back. I'm not going to lie and sit here and say I'm backing him, because it's how far can you go with this manager? How far can you go with him? Because yeah, I know since the Poch days we've had managers come and go. We've had top managers, we've had average managers. It's the same cycle time and time again. At the end of the day, we need a decent enough manager, you know, and not only that, the right recruitment. We need quality players. When I mean quality, I mean quality, not not some freaking Tom, Dick, and Harry that's a certain someone in the Tottenham recruitment's found and gone, oh yeah, he's all right, and then we get him and he just turns out to be total shite, because 9 times out of 10 that's what happens, and we can't keep going through that same cycle. Cannot keep going through that same cycle. When I think back to the Pochettino days, I know some of you say, "Oh, Flicks being and that's the past. We can't keep talking about the past." But I just want to bring it up. I just want to bring that up. Back in the Pochettino days, we were guaranteed top four. There was even discussions of can Tottenham actually, can Spurs actually challenge for the Premier League title? And obviously going back to that season where Leicester won it, we were this close from clinching that title back when we had Pochettino, and the team we had. That team was absolutely phenomenal. How we did not win anything with that team, to this day, still baffles me. It really does. It really does baffle me. And when you look at our current squad, hit me up in the comments section now, guys. When you look at our current squad compared to the Pochettino squad, can our current squad, is any of our current squad going to start over that squad back in the Pochettino days? No, of course not. Not one of them. Not one of them would start ahead of that squad back then. It really does piss me off. Also to think, back then we were miles ahead of Arsenal, and now the tables have turned. Arsenal are fucking, they're on another level right now. You know what I mean? As for Spurs, this is what I mean. The tables have turned. It's absolutely mental. Absolutely mental the way things are going right now. Yes, Daniel Levy's gone. I'm glad he's gone. I've been calling out for Daniel Levy to leave for such a long time. Such a long time. You know, going back to, you know, I'm going to talk about the last 5 games, but I'll get onto that in a minute. I want to bring up, obviously, the managerial situation right now. We've had 6 permanent managers. 6 permanent managers. It's unbelievable. You know, to think Pochettino got the boot in 2019. We've now just come into 2026 and we've had 6 permanent managers. Obviously, there's 2 missing from that, you know, the interim. So, Poch got the sack. Jose Mourinho steps in. Quality manager. winnable manager. Won titles, won so many trophies with Chelsea. Dominated it, smashed it with the likes of Benfica, Inter Milan, you name it. He's done it. But come to Spurs, can't do it. Yeah, he got the boot a day or two before the Carabao Cup final. You know, why sack him before a couple of days before the final? Again, that baffles me to this day when I still think about something like that. You know, why sack a manager? But obviously that was Daniel Levy there. But yeah, this is what I mean. Winnable managers, gone. Didn't do nothing at Spurs. Then we get Nuno in. Again, nothing. So we've gone from quality to average. And then we've got Conte. Now we're going up again. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who you get in. Nothing will, I was going to say nothing will ever change, but obviously things will change. But there's no consistency. So we've gone from Poch to Jose to Nuno. Conte up here again. Now we've gone down. Postecoglou. And now Thomas Frank. Obviously we've had interim managers there. Ryan Mason coming twice. And Stellini. Who remembers Stellini? He was only there for about a month, if that. You know, obviously that was, if I remember right, that was Antonio Conte's right-hand man. Obviously, Stellini stayed for a short while when Conte got the boot. But like I keep saying, you can have quality, average. It's the same poxy cycle time and time again. So at the end of the day, what needs to change? What needs to change? In my opinion, if you're going to see Flicks, what needs to change? The recruitment. The recruitment is an absolute shambles. Honestly, who are these numpties that actually go out and check out other teams? You know, oh yeah, that player's good. Oh, that player's all right. He might fit in well. You know, who are they? Who are they? At the same time, you've got the medical staff. When you look at the likes of Solanke, James Maddison, Dejan Kulusevski, who am I missing? I was going to say Basuma, but funnily enough, he's all fucking hunky dory, and he's out in is it Morocco for AFCON? So he's now running around like a loony, playing for Mali right now. But other players missing, you know, that like I said, James Maddison, Kulusevski, Solanke, them boys have been out for such a long time. What is going on? What is going on? It's a shambolic time right now at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. It really is. It really is. But guys, let's hear your thoughts in the comment section. What are your thoughts on Thomas Frank? Let's hear them, guys. Let's hear him. Let's hear him before I do move on. Because honestly, this can't continue. This cannot continue. Cannot continue. We're coming into week 21, where Tottenham are sitting, what, 12th, is it? Are we sitting 12th? Bear with me, guys, because I'm doing a live from my phone again, so I'm just having to get the table up. But obviously we've all played 20 games. Well, we're sitting 13th. Tottenham Hotspur sitting 13th and played 20. If I remember rightly, we're around about this spot with Postecoglou last season. And again, if I remember rightly, just looking at the point situation now, 27. I think we were 2 points better off with Ange Postecoglou last season. So, you know, it's the same old shit. Same old. So played 20, we're sitting 13th. We've lost 7, drawn 6, won 7. You know, going to bear with me, guys. Going to obviously the last 5 games played. I'm going backwards now. So obviously, as I speak, yesterday we drew against Sunderland. You know, 1-0 up. We're not killing the game off. Going forward, we are absolutely shite. Back 4, yeah, decent when they're fit. You know, midfield is okay. Could be a lot better. I know we had players missing them, and you know, and we got so many guaranteed starters missing. You know, and at the same time, our squad depth is so shit. We need our recruitment to really pull their fingers out their arse. The board need to pull their fingers out their arse and seriously back the manager, if that's going to be Thomas Frank, you know, till the end of the season, whenever. But you know, we got such a beautiful stadium, but we're playing shit football. This can't continue, cannot continue. So obviously, yeah, going back to the last five, you know, drawing 1-1 against Sunderland, where we nearly lost. You know, to think the first half against Sunderland, yeah, decent compared to previous games where it's been absolutely piss poor. If any of you remember the Brentford game, I'm sitting there watching it, falling asleep. It was so shite, absolutely trash. But yeah, going into the first half against Sunderland, we were a lot better, a lot better. Ben Davies, big up Ben Davies. He put in a massive shift yesterday. So for the Spurs fans actually digging in on Ben Davies, saying he's not good enough anymore, blah blah, whatever. Longest serving, 11 years now roughly. He put in a shift. You know, he done all right. He done all right. Obviously the game before that, Brentford drawing 0-0. Absolutely shambolic. Absolutely shambolic. Crystal Palace, we just about won that game. 1-0. Liverpool have been poor just recently. That game there was for the taking. We could have actually beat Liverpool if the boys pulled their socks up. But they didn't. We lost that 2-1 in the end. The game before that gets worse now. Gets absolutely worse. Nottingham Forest, who are, let's face it, in this current time, they are in a relegation battle. Along with us if we don't pull our fucking socks up. We lost 3-0. We lost 3-0 to Nottingham Forest, who are, what, 4th, 5th from bottom. You know, they're the games we should be winning. When I think about other games where we dropped points, was it Fulham? I think Fulham was another one. Obviously, Bournemouth, back in the early days of this season, dropping so many points. And they're games we should be winning. Wolverhampton Wanderers was another one. To think back then, we nearly lost that game. If it wasn't for João Palhinha, obviously he pulled his shirt off and went OTT on that one. You know, if you used to turn the TV on and see that last little bit there, you'd have thought we would have won the game. You know, it's a shambles right now. It's absolutely shite right now at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. It really is. It is. And I'm slightly going off subject a little bit. Obviously, Man United, they're having their tough times, and they've had about 10 managers in 13 years. So since Alex Ferguson's gone, 10 managers. You know, so I'm just slightly thankful that Tottenham they're not the only one that's having a shit time at the moment. You know, but yeah, going back to Spurs, the board, we're in January now. January is a very long month. We all know that. But is the board actually going to get anyone in? And when I say anyone, I mean quality. I don't just want average. Going back to Brennan Johnson, it's very mixed, very mixed emotions when you say when we talk about Brennan Johnson. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a part of me sad that Brennan Johnson's gone, because not only was he our top goal scorer last season, he helped us win the Europa League, our first trophy in 17 years, our first major trophy in 41 years, and they just chuck him out like that. It's I find it disrespectful. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. Thomas Frank, obviously, he didn't like him. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say Brennan Johnson's quality. He's not your best. He's not elite, if you like. You know, he's not up there with the best. But he put a shift in. 9 times out of 10, he would guarantee you a goal. I lost count how many times I was actually calling out for Brennan Johnson to start over at Richarlison up top. I really was. But obviously, that's done now. And going back to yesterday against Sunderland, Kudus gets injured. He's off. That was calling for someone like a Brennan Johnson, because There was no one else there. Like I said, going forward, we are absolutely shite. Going forward, it's 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 just absolutely atrocious. And to think back at the players we had, guaranteed your goals. Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Sonny, Ericsson, you name it. Quality. But they were scoring you goals as well. We've gone so far backwards now. So far back. And this can't continue. This cannot continue. Honestly, comments come in. I think he's class at times, but almost all. Sorry, I said that again. I think he's class at times, but almost all the times he's mid. Yeah, but yeah, it's, you know, when's this chaos? When is this chaos going to stop? Like I keep saying, and I say again, the board need to seriously back Frank. Give Frank the tools. At the same time, Thomas Frank, he's, no disrespect to Brentford, but he's come from Brentford to Spurs, and it's a whole different ball game. We all know that. We all know that. He's not the manager. He's not the first manager, in my opinion, that I would have at Tottenham. You know, right now, I want Pochettino back. I'm not gonna lie. I want Pochettino back. Pochettino, for me, should have never got the boot in the first place. He was building something very, very special, and the likes of Daniel Levy, who is no longer at the club, he spoiled that. He spoiled that, and from that day, we have gone backwards slowly. Sorry, crept back slowly, and it's got worse. It's got a lot worse. We have gone from a guaranteed top 4 to mid-table to now just above that relegation battle. You know what I mean? It's, you couldn't write it. Couldn't write it. But yes, guys, let's see your thoughts. Let's see your thoughts in the comment section. Do you want to see Frank stay? Do you want to see Frank go? If Frank does get the boot, because managers right now, as I speak, are leaving left, right and centre. You know what I mean? It's Ruben Amorim's gone, the Celtic coach has gone all in one day. It's only a couple of days ago that the Chelsea manager's gone. It's chaos right now in football, it really is. But, you know, if Frank does go, because, you know, if this shite does continue, who does come in? Who is actually out there and at the same time willing to come to a shambolic football club right now? It's see if anyone wants to jump in on the comments quickly before I move on. But yeah, very, very, very bad times. Very, very bad times. Obviously, Bournemouth up next in game week 21. Game week 21, Bournemouth. Obviously, we lost, 3-0, if I remember rightly. Seems such a long time ago now. Can we get anything there? Can we get anything there? If you can ask me now, Flicks, can we actually get anything at Bournemouth? I don't think we can. We are so shit up top. Yeah, when we got a full, you know, fit back 4, yeah. We're okay. We're okay when you got the likes of Romero, Mickey Van der Ven, Spence, Porro, etc. We're okay. But going forward, midfield to fucking up top strikers, absolutely shambolic. So can we get anything at Bournemouth? No. We'd be lucky to get a point. You know, let's face it, you've only got to look at the past 5 games, like I've said. You know, drew against Sunderland. Sunderland are having a remarkable time right now. We were lucky to finish up with a point in the end, being at the lane as well. You couldn't fucking write it, honestly. Brentford, whoever see that game, you know, fell asleep along with me, because 0-0 against Brentford shouldn't be happening. These are teams that we should be beating. Crystal Palace, we just about won that 1-0. Liverpool, they were there for the taking on that day because they've been poor just recently, dropping points as well. Big up the guys in the comments. And then losing 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Again, those are teams that we should be beating. We should be beating. So can we get anything at Bournemouth? No, I don't think we can. Like I said, we'd be lucky, very, very lucky. Very, very lucky to get anything against Bournemouth. So I'm going to say it right now because I've already filmed my Premier League predictions for week 21. So stay tuned for that. That should pop out around 5 o'clock this afternoon. So like I said earlier, and I'll say again, you know, we'd be lucky to get a point, but I'm gonna call it right now. Again, I'm gonna say Bournemouth to win this one, 2-1, 2-1 possibly, 2-1 to Bournemouth. Obviously after that, week goes on to the weekend, FA Cup against the very, very good Aston Villa side. It doesn't matter if we're at home, it doesn't matter if we're away, we are not gonna win that game. I'll be fucking shocked if we do, but you got to look into reality right now. We are absolutely shite. Absolutely shite. We are not going to win that game. We're going to have back-to-back defeats here. Bournemouth, yeah, we're not going to get anything at Bournemouth. Definitely not going to get through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. Obviously, I want to see my boys bag the points, get through the FA Cup, but I'm speaking facts. I'm speaking reality. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. I'm not. I can't do that. Like I said, of course I want to see my boys put in a performance and win. But right now, nothing's going our way. Nothing's going our way. It's, you know, after that, we're going on to Saturday the 17th of January. Back at the Lane against a very, very shite West Ham side. Now, that game will be interesting. If we don't get anything there, then fuck me. Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. It's interesting times. And obviously, after that, we've got Dortmund 20th of January in the Champions League. So, yeah. It's yeah. What do you make of that, guys? But, yeah, obviously... What are your thoughts on Frank? Does Frank stay? Does Frank go? If you're going to ask me right now, I really think Frank's days are done at Spurs. But who comes in? Who comes in? If you're going to ask me, Flicks, who do you want at Spurs? Mauricio Pochettino for me. But obviously that ain't happening until after the World Cup. Pochettino should have never got the boot in the first place. He was building something very, very special back then, because it's such a long time ago now. It feels such a long time ago, but he was building something very, very special. And back then, obviously, Daniel Levy was there calling the shots. And let's face it, he never backed him. Never backed him when Poch needed the backing. Never backed him. Instead, he got the boot. It's absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. And when is this ever going to end? And, you know, put us on a high again. To think Tottenham won their first trophy in 17 years that's part of it feels that's gone way in the past now, and it's all fucking doom and gloom again. All doom and gloom. All doom and gloom. Big up you guys in the comments. Hey Flicks, how you been? Yeah, I've been alright. I've been alright yourself. Another comment here. Spurs poppy bums always will be. Yep. Yeah. When is this ever gonna stop? But yeah, like I keep saying, if Frank does go, because let's face it, it's only a matter of time now. It's only a matter of time before Thomas Frank does get the boot. But who comes in? Who comes in? It's fucking crazy right now. Absolutely crazy. But can Tottenham get anything against Bournemouth? Again, that's going to be an interesting one. I can't see it happening. I can't see Spurs even getting through to the fourth round of the FA Cup, beating Aston Villa. I can't see it happening. Cannot see it happening. As I speak, managers are leaving left, right and centre. So, you know, it's absolute chaos, not just at Tottenham, but all through football. You know, it's It's absolutely shambolic. And quickly going back onto yesterday's game, Sunderland against Sunderland. Yeah, like I keep saying, and I'll say again, it's shambolic all the way through. And when you look back to, was it Bergville? Bergville, it was. I'm not gonna say, was it very late? I can't remember now. There was a part of the second half. It's deep into the second half where Bergville went to do a throw on. What the fuck was that all about? Turns out to be a foul throw. You couldn't write it. You could not write it. And I'm sitting there and I'm laughing, because if you don't laugh, you cry. And we can't have Tottenham. We can't have Tottenham messing with our mental health right now. It's you just got to sit there and laugh. You really have. You got to sit there and laugh, because I'm not going to give away my age right now, but I've seen Tottenham, you know, be mid table, and they've been steady. And I've seen Tottenham 7th, 6th, and then slowly creeping up to top 4 where Pochettino's come in, and then we slowly crept down again. You know, there's no consistency there whatsoever. No consistency whatsoever. And when is this nonsense gonna stop? When is this nonsense gonna stop? If we keep hold of Thomas Frank, you know, maybe till the end of the season, like we did with Postecoglou, excuse me, when, you know, with Postecoglou, obviously Postecoglou put all his eggs in one basket, didn't he? Piss poor season in the Premier League, we all know that. Fall from bottom, 21, 22 league defeats. Yeah, we got a trophy at the end of it. Injuries left, right and centre. But, you know, at the end of the day, you had to blame Postecoglou, because he had one system and one system only. Yeah, we was scoring goals. We were scoring goals, but we were leaking goals. With Frank, he's got Tottenham. He's got the current squad playing a totally different style. Totally different style, where we're now struggling to score goals. It's just fucking mental. Absolutely mental. But obviously, yeah, if Frank does stay until the end of the season, you know, where's Tottenham finish? Where does Tottenham finish? Is it going to be 17th again? With the same losses as last season? It's, yeah. But it's January. January's the interesting one. January transfer market is the interesting one, because we're slowly shipping out players. Brennan Johnson's gone now. Donnelly, who I do highly rate, who was banging in goals for fun for Leyton Orient only last season, just missed out on promotion with them last season in League One. Very good player. Very good player, in my opinion. He was called back. I'm thinking, okay, Brennan Johnson's gone. Jamie Donnelly's coming in. Okay, this that could be interesting. Next minute, Donnelly's gone. He's out on loan to Oxford, if I believe. So he's gone out on loan against Oxford. You know, players are leaving, but there's no one coming in. There's no one coming in. Obviously, rumours that we're going to get Semenyo. That ain't happening. We ain't going to get Semenyo. We ain't going to get Semenyo. We could do with a player of his quality, because he is very, very good. Premier League proven. You know, striker-wise, I was calling that for an Ivan Toney for a good couple of seasons. That ain't happening now. You know, it's this cannot continue. We need the board to seriously back the manager. Our recruitment need to pull their fingers out their arse and you know, stop looking at fucking average, okayish. Yeah, he might do a job, and then 6 months later turns out to be title shite. We can't keep doing this. Can't keep going through this same cycle time and time again. But yeah, I am going to call it a day there, guys. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really, really appreciate it, because the majority of you are just watching and not subscribing. So please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and please share my channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. And for those that do, I appreciate it. big time. I really, really do. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Sorry, I can't get my words out. I'm going to call it a day there, guys. I will be throwing out my Premier League predictions for week 21 within the next hour, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it all boils down to, is Frank going to get the backing in January? January is a long month, like I keep saying. So yeah, interesting times this month. It really is. And can Tottenham get anything? Get the vitality? Wednesday night, I can't see it happening. Can Tottenham get through to the fourth round of the FA Cup? I can't see it happening. But you never know. You never know. Let's just hope the boys pull their fingers out their arse, pull their socks up, and crack on with it. And again, before I go, Xavi Simons, I'm sure Xavi Simons should be back. I'm sure of it. But it's when is the question mark is obviously Solanke, James Maddison, Kulusevski. We need them boys back ASAP. ASAP, along with brand new signings. But yeah, yes, that's enough from me, guys. Thanks for watching. See you lot on the next video. Take it easy.